You know what hermetics is? It's the, to speak as best as I can. There's things I'm going to forget. Maybe it is fair to say it's the belief that signs and symbols rule the world. I believe that. I'm going to say that I know that. It's how I've lived my whole life. It's how I've become who I am, whatever that means for the people watching me. I never felt patriotic. But now I think I feel an extraordinary amount of guilt. I don't know if I want to say extraordinary amount of guilt. Maybe I do. But I think there's nothing more important than an idea whose time has come. You know, people who've lived in rural territories have always been very, like, pro-Constitution. I can't say that I necessarily know those people very well. I would say since I've been able to travel, I've gotten to know those people more. But I can't say that I know everything. And there certainly have been things that have been concerning. But also understandable. And also not what things were back in the 1960s, okay? It was disturbing to park in the back tonight and to realize what's been sitting in front of my face the whole time, but it was time for me to see. I admit that. I think the reason why I've gotten this far is because I didn't push to see more than what I should. I know the Alice in Wonderland's tactics. You push too far too soon, it'll sink you into a greater hole. Even they know that. That did something. When I showed up and I saw that flag at half-staff, and when half that staff was standing outside yesterday, and I smelled bullshit all over it. Just like that logo, which made me think of lungs on fire. Heart on fire. So Allstate must have some stock in COVID. You know, I appreciate the fact that I feel like people have asked me about the kid who killed that CEO. And although you could say that probably a lot of people have been asking other people what they think, and I know why, I feel like there's some people who are asking me because I want to know genuinely what I think. I think many of the beliefs or the thoughts collectively about the situation, I hold are the same. Scary thought, you know. It don't take much for any one of us to become Hitler. I think that's what I meant the other day when I said you must own your dark side always because everybody's got it. And I've been thinking a lot about that lately, that, you know, like, it's so easy for us to say, like, I hope to God that they fucking hang Mayorkas upside down by his balls, and I hope that he experiences everything that he's ever put any kid through. And I hope that every person who's done that, and it's easy for me to say that, You know, I'm here. I'm human. Um, I think though that's, you know, that does tend to be the mistake, but also at the same time, there is a mistake. There is a mistake in being too violent, but there is also a mistake. There is also a mistake in being too gullible and not violent enough. I think this is why, you know, I think this is why Larry has worked so hard to protect me in certain ways, to keep me in a certain place, because the fact of the matter is, once you know certain dimensions, and if you know them, it's because you became them. And in the physical reality, that's incredibly dangerous with certain dimensions. Like, no matter how much I hear, so many years of my life that I have heard about MK Ultra, and I've heard about these. I understand numbing. I understand what they're doing, and I see it. Because this how trauma works. Like, you can't go there. Like, no matter how much I hear or see, even my own trauma, I can't. You can't grasp it unless you do it, unless you become one of them. Having gone, now understanding why all those fucking feds show up when I go to the Wild Oaks, whatever, by the school, and yeah, they're protecting something. They don't want me there. I don't think a lot of them are actually true pedophiles. I think a bunch of them are. I think a lot of them, they don't know what they are. That's the way trauma works. And if you allow yourself to become traumatized, and the thing that you hold dear is in the material world, that trauma is power. And that's those secret societies. That's what they're all about. And it does go to entities, and it goes into the beyond. And unless you're one of me, that's just nowhere near your comprehension. And unfortunately, even though people should have been evolving here, and that's a whole thing, that's what we naturally do. Hello, DNA. Unless that's been happening, you've been under mind control. And if you've been under mind control, you're way in the wrong paradigm. And so we're hearing about all this, like Jay-Z and P. Diddy and all these people. And it's interesting, the timing, right? It's after all this collective trauma. Could it be that they planned it? That they knew that it was going to have to come out, and that they would do it when everybody was already so traumatized, that perhaps it would get to set in, and a certain level of it would just be accepted. So now they wouldn't have to hide as much, because trust me when I tell you, they don't want to hide as much. They're sick of it. We're lesser than them. To them. Little do they know. No, that's not true. I'm actually greater than all of them put together. Not everybody here is. Unfortunately, but fortunately, it's complicated. There are a great deal of special people here that collectively make up me. And there are other me's. Well, I guess it's all about Allstate, right? we're not in good hands.